All right, guys, introduction time. If you are here, then you've been onto our site and saw a little video and you were interested and you filled out an application, and now this is your introduction video. If by chance that you came across this and you did not already see a little snippet that explained what we're talking about, then please go to homepreptraining.org and watch that one first, and then come back here and watch this one, because this will make a lot more sense. And also fill out the application. What does the application do? There's really no requirements on it. There's no education requirements, so on and so forth. Really, anybody can do this, but it's really kind of a fit for certain kinds of people. And that little application, which is just a couple of questions, will really help us to know if we should train you and really help you to know if this is kind of going to be a fit for you. It's real simple. Just go to homepreptraining.org, watch that quick little video, click the link for the application, fill it out real quick, and then come back to this video and start your introduction. Okay, so if you're here, you probably saw us on Instagram or Facebook or Craigslist. We're in a number of different places, and you're looking to make $100 an hour or more. And yes, you can absolutely make more than $100 an hour. If you saw that little snippet, you will see some examples on how people are making more than $100 an hour. This is not like any other job. It's a hybrid. It's new, but it's also a traditional business. So this is not like all the other stuff that you see on YouTube. This is literally a traditional people-to-people business, which is great. And it's never going to go away because it has to do with real estate, and real estate's always going to be around. So moving forward. You watched the quick video, your application, you are here. We're going to talk about home preparation consultants. Okay, so let's talk about the details. We're in this video, in this introduction, we are going to talk about why this is different than a job and it's different than a business, why it's a hybrid of both. Okay, of course, we're going to talk about money. We're going to talk about exactly how you do it. We're going to talk about why we are qualified to teach you. We're going to talk to you about what you need to do to get started. And of course, we're always going to talk about bonuses and all kinds of amazing things. There is so much involved with this. It's really going to blow your mind. So, all right, ready? Here we go. So if you saw the little video, you probably saw this chart. We need to talk about the need for home preparation consultants. There's a great big need for home preparation consultants. You can do this anywhere in the world, but this is just an example from the United States. And this talks about home sales. And this 6.44 is the projected for 2019. Okay. This number could be a whole lot bigger if there were more home preparation consultants, but this is brand new. So this is just getting started. So we shall see what 2020 brings and 2021. The more home preparation consultants that are out there, the more house sales we will see moving forward. Okay, so now you saw how big that need is. That's just the houses that are for sale, not even the houses that are on the market. And our market is all the houses that are up for sale, not just sold, but up for sale. So it's way, way more than 6.44. Okay, so a home preparation consultant, or they could be called a condition expert, whatever you prefer. Some people say that a home preparation consultant is too big. You could use the word prep if you wanted to shorten it. And anyway, what do? They have a meeting or a discussion or consultation with the homeowner, okay, to explain all of the tiny little details that should be accomplished. Doesn't have to be, but should be. Okay, to get the house in the best condition it could possibly be in. In other words, make it look like a model home. Okay, why? Because it will attract the most buyers. Why does that attract the most buyers? Because people like brand new. They like clean, simple, open. They like model homes. So you want to explain to the homeowner as you go through the house all these tiny little details to try to make that home look more like a model home, which will then attract more buyers. Okay, and then of course they're going to leave the client a systematic list and summary of what that consultation that they have with all the little details that they reviewed with them that will help the homeowner then take the next steps. Does the home preparation consultant help do those tasks? They can, but they don't have to. They can just be the consultant and just tell the homeowner what things they need to do to their home specifically, okay, in order to attract the most buyers. Okay, so moving forward. In other words, they want to make the kitchen look kind of like this if they can. You know, very clean counters, nice and simple, nice and beautiful. So as you're going through the house, you're going to explain that it should look more like this. Like cleaning out the inside of these ovens. A lot of people don't do that, and that's very needed because if you go into a brand new home, everything is clean. So that's just one of the items, of course, that you're going to tell them that they need to do, including cleaning out every drawer and cabinet and so on and so forth. Okay? And then you want to tell them also to try to make the outside of the house look a lot like this. Nice, pretty landscaping. Nice and simple. It's not covering the house so you can't see the house. No bushes that are as tall as the roof, so on and so forth. The driveway looks, nice and clean and pressure washed. Even the front door should be nice and clean and wiped off, and no cobwebs up here in the corners. And bushes are trimmed and trees are trimmed, so on and so forth. So you're going to do inside and outside of the house and explain to the homeowner all the tiny little details that should be done to the house in order to put it in its best selling condition. Okay. Moving forward, who are you going to work with? You're going to work with realtors. Why? Because they are going to bring you clients. We are going to teach you many ways, but this is a very big way to have other people bring you clients. You do not need to go out and find clients yourself. In the beginning, maybe a couple, because you got to go meet the realtors. Or if you want to work with for sale by owners, then you would be talking to the homeowner directly. Okay. But you do not need to go out and find your own clients. That seems to be a big, issue with people. No, we are teaching you how to have other people bring you clients. Okay. And you're going to pay them the equivalent of $40 or $50 out of the consultation fee for bringing you a client. Why? Because they're going to bring you more clients, and the happier they are with you, the more they will bring you. So you want to make a lot of relationships with realtors because they're going to bring your clients for you. So you don't have to go out and find them yourself, and so you don't have to pay for advertising. But we'll go into that in a minute. And then contractors. What's going to happen is when you're on this consultation, okay, there's going to be several tasks that maybe the homeowner doesn't want to do themselves, like trimming trees or pressure washing or painting or a number of different things, okay? You're going to make relationships with these contractors, and you're going to bring them a client, and they're going to pay you a referral fee. It could be anywhere from $20 to $500. I just have $25 to $50 as a range here. Okay. But a big painting job, a $5,000 painting job could very easily pay you a $500 referral fee. Okay. Which absolutely would cancel out whatever you got to pay for the realtor. So when it's over $199, yes, there's going to be many times you'll need multiple contractors at a property where you will get multiple referral fees. And why is the contractor willing to pay you? Contractors will love home preparation consultants. Love, love, love. Why? Because they pay for advertising all the time with absolutely no guarantee that they're going to get that client. Every time you, as a home preparation consultant, call a contractor, they're going to get that client because you've already talked the client into the fact that that's a good contractor that you're recommending. Understand? Okay, I don't want to dwell too much on that, but you get the idea. Okay, you're going to pay the realtors because they're going to bring your clients to you. It's kind of like your advertising, but much, much easier. And contractors are going to pay you. Okay? All right. So let's talk about we're overqualified. Very, very overqualified. Okay, our team consists of business owners, realtors, tech people, definitely contractors, a marketing company, investors, all kinds of people. That we have made relationships with that have helped us with the content with this and ongoing continuously helps us. We have some volunteers right now that are awesome. So happy to have them. We have prepared hundreds and hundreds of houses for sale in different ways. Okay. We've done them for bank foreclosures. We've done them for realtors. We've done them for sale by owners. We've done them for individual investors, hundreds and hundreds of houses for sale, and done many, many, many tasks to prepare that house for sale. So everything that you're going to see in the training, we have done. Someone on our team has done that task, okay, which is how we were able to pull all of this together and put this into a training for you as a home preparation consultant. Now, there's a lot more to this, and it talks about extra skills, all of which you can choose to do to make more money or not to do and just be the consultant. Well, just keep going. Just hang on. We're going to go through every little detail with you. Okay. So Because this is so different, we have to talk about a lot of different things. Yes, we're going to talk about the tasks and the money and the contractors and the realtors, all that, but we have to also talk about how this is so different from a job and a business. Okay, so on a job, okay, you're told when you can take vacation. Okay, you're told where you have to be for whatever hours that you work. Okay, you very rarely in a job, I don't know, maybe some people feel this way, I guess it depends on the job, feel like you're actually making a difference or helping people. I found that when I worked a lot of jobs, and so have a lot of people on our team talk about that a lot, about feeling good about what you do. It really does make a big difference about getting up every day. If you don't feel good about what you do, it's really hard to keep getting up and going to work. And I'm sure as you're watching this, you've had a job. Most of you can sit here and agree with me. You've had a job where you didn't feel like you were really accomplishing anything or really helping other people in what you do. So anyway, I don't want to dwell on that, but it really makes a big difference because you'll put a lot more energy into what you do if you feel like you're making a difference. If you feel good about what you do, then what you do, you make a lot more money doing it because you feel good about it. But anyway, a lot of people have kids. Okay, and they have to put their kids in after school programs. It's very hard to juggle a 9-to-5 job or a night job or any job when you have kids. That's just very difficult. And that has to do with the fact that you don't have a flexible schedule. Lately, people are, employers are trying to give more flexible schedules, but really probably not as much as people would like. Okay. Also in a job, you really don't have control over how much you make. You go to your job and they say, okay, well, you're worth $40,000 and that's how much you make. If you went to your boss and said, okay, I want a $20,000 a year raise, that's just not going to happen. Okay. That can absolutely happen as a home preparation consultant. And the only other job that can really happen is if you're like a salesperson and then you just go out and sell more things, then yes, you could do that. But in a traditional job, you just can't go ask for a $20,000 raise and get it. It's just very, very rare that that happens. Okay. And you don't exactly own your job. So you don't control your job when you have a job. So again, your boss tells you what you're worth, when you have to be there, when you can go on vacation, what hours you got to be there. So you have to deal with, picking up your kids and when the kids are off of school and so on and so forth. But anyway, moving on. So now you understand that, what the difference is between this and a job. Okay, so here we go. A job and a business. All right. So a job, you're paid less and you pay higher taxes. And I know that a lot of you don't know this. And it's really, it's a sad thing that you really don't know when you work a job that you are the highest taxed. Okay, when you have a business, you're the lowest taxed because when you're a business, you bring in your money from your clients. Okay, you pay all of your expenses for your business, you spend all of your money first, and then you pay taxes on what's left. When you're a job, you're taxed on the entire amount that you get, your $40,000 or your $50,000 or $60,000, whatever you make. Okay, and then you spend your money afterwards. Okay, so in a job, you are the highest tax. So you keep less of the money you make, and a business keeps more of the money you make. As a home preparation consultant, that particular piece is like a business. Okay, so you bring in your money, you get to spend all the money, whatever money you spend on your business, and then you pay taxes on what's left. In a job, you don't do that. Okay, you also have no control. We talked about time and money. You have a lot more control. Not in a lot of traditional businesses, but as a home preparation consultant, you have a lot more control over your time. Why not so much as a business? Well, if you have a storefront, you have to be open certain hours. That's not exactly control over time. Yeah, you could shut down and go on vacation, but then you're going to be losing, money, and then you may losing some new customers that could become regular customers, all kinds of things. And you can really think about that and understand what I mean. In a job, you have to follow the rules of your boss. In a business, you're going to have to follow regulation. So a lot of businesses are regulated, okay? And you have to put a lot of money in advertising and expenses and equipment and all kinds of things in a business. So that's just a couple of differences between a job and a business. Okay, moving forward. All right, so let's just kind of talk about this for a second. So a skill is really, when you learn a skill, it's kind of like a money machine. So you learn a skill and then you can charge for it over and over and over and over again. So which is why people go to school to learn a skill so they can then use that skill as their money machine and continuously make money off of that skill. Okay. But home preparation consultant is different than all of these in a way. Okay, so let's talk about that. When you go to a doctor, lawyer, electrician, carpenter, mechanic, plumber, HVAC, think about all the different professions out there. They have to pay a lot of money for school. It's either tech school, it's college, a lot. Think about it. $100,000 in a lot of cases. Okay. They also have to wait to start making money. They got to go to school for a number of years before they can start making money. Okay. You had to learn a skill. It took a lot of time. So learning that skill was also very, very difficult. As a home preparation consultant, it's very easy to learn this, like super crazy easy to learn. Okay. So it's different because you don't have to pay a ridiculous amount of money for school. You don't even have to wait to make money. You can learn how to do this in a couple of days. Okay. Your skill is super easy to learn. It's not going to take a lot of time. Okay. You aren't going to have any large expenses for tools or advertising or any of those things that all of these guys have to pay. Okay. We will teach you exactly how to do all of your advertising for free, and you don't have to have any tools except for a clipboard and internet access later to email your clients, which you can go to a library and get for free if you really want to. So there's really no tools unless you decide to do some extra skills. Then yes, you would have to get some tools and do the extra skill. But for the most part, you don't have any of those. Okay. And a lot of these businesses have to hire employees and deal with them. You don't have to hire any employees unless you want to. But for the most part, if you're just running a consultation, it's just you. So you don't have to worry about all that. People showing up or having to pay people, so on and so forth. Okay. And really, really, this biggest one here is how much money they pay for advertising. In a lot of cases, it's a quarter of their income that they pay out in advertising. I know you don't want to believe that, but it is the truth. They pay a ridiculous amount of money for advertising, especially SEO work. It's just between $3,000 to $5,000 a month for SEO work for any of these guys. Okay, yeah, it's a lot of money, and that's just the low ball. If any of them are really big practices, they're paying a lot more than that. Okay, so it's just moving forward. So just so you get an idea. Okay, yeah, we're talking about the money. And I know that some of you are here for this because you don't want a 9-to-5 job. You want to make your own schedule. And as a home preparation consultant, you absolutely will make your own schedule. And you can work around your kids, and you can take vacations whenever you want. And you could work 6 months out of the year and not work the other 6 months. You have total freedom over what you do as a home preparation consultant. So I just wanted to put that in there. Okay. So talking a little bit more about being a home preparation consultant. Okay. It's a very fun job. It's very social. You get to meet a lot of people. So just to back up a little bit, if you're somebody, and this is really big out there, people want to learn how to invest in real estate. Okay. Using this as a stepping stone, as a beginning, will help you earn money and help you build the network you will need to then flip properties or invest in multifamilies or all those things with real estate. Okay. This is a great start. You're going to learn so much, and all the people that you're going to meet and interact with and network with are people that you're going to need to have a relationship with going forward if you become a real estate investor. This is a fantastic job to intertwine and or be a stepping stone for real estate investing. Anyway, moving forward. So it's very fun and social because you get to meet people all the time. More or less, your job is talking to people all day long. When you do the consultation, you're talking to people. When you network and meet realtors, you're talking to people. With the contractors, you're talking to people. That's really what you do all day. You're just social and you talk to people. It's really, really simple. Okay. Yes, you can learn how to do this in a couple of days and go out and start making money right away. Unlike those other professions where it takes years before they can actually start making money. They got to keep shelling money out for training. It's not like that. You can learn it in a couple of days and you can start making money right away. Okay. It takes very little, very teeny little amount of money to get started, and that's just your training. Okay. You can very, very easily part-time make $50,000 a year. Part-time. One more time. Part-time $50,000 a year, all the way up to $500,000 a year. It all depends on who your clients are, how much you want to work, and how big you want this to be. It's completely up to you. Yes, we talked about making your own schedule. If you only want to work a certain amount of months out of the year, you only have to work a certain amount of months out of the year. For example, I used to live in Philadelphia, and in the winter, when it snows, it's really hard to get out and go to work. And that was always a big problem. Now I live in Florida, but I don't have that. I can work all year long because it's nice and sunny. But if you live up north and it snows and you hate getting in your car that time of year, you just don't have to work that time of year. You just work extra in the summer, and then you don't have to worry about it. I mean, what job can you do that with? Very few. Very, very few. Okay, so you own your job and you're the boss. You're the boss of yourself. Yes, we will train you, but no, we're not your boss. No, we're not going to have you show up anywhere, anytime for any specific thing. You're going to learn it yourself and do it yourself. We will not tell you what to do, not tell you what you're worth. We will not tell you when you go on vacation. We are not your boss. We are your partners and your trainers. That's it. We're here to help you do this, and we're here to train you how. That simple. Okay? Sorry about my phone there, guys. All right, so as we mentioned, oh my goodness. I'm sorry. Can't get everything perfect, right? Okay. And we will teach you how to do all the advertising for free, because what's your advertising? Your advertising is just meeting more people. It really is. You can eventually do advertising and have a website and do SEO and all the other stuff if you want to. But more or less, this is a word of mouth business and meeting more people. The more people you meet, the more relationships you make, the easier your clients will just flow right in. The more people you meet. Nice and simple. Okay. And the other thing is you should feel really, really great about what you do. And I talked about that briefly for a second. We talk about that a ton in the office. That's a really big deal that people really overlook. It's not about the money. It's really about you and how you feel every day, and whether you're sleeping good at night and how you feel in the morning. Is what you do help other people? It absolutely will. As a home preparation consultant, you're helping that homeowner understand exactly what to do. And as silly as that sounds, people just don't know. People just don't know what they need to do to get their house together. It may seem like common sense, but common sense is not that common. So you are going to help a homeowner sell their house probably for more money and faster, even though you are not helping to sell the house. You are helping with the condition, and that's very important. A realtor sells a house. You help with them understanding what condition the house should be in to attract the most buyers. Okay? And why else is what you do helpful? You're going to help realtors sell more properties. And if you watch that little video, you understand it does explain about realtors. Realtors are not paid for their advice about the house. They're not. They give it, but people don't listen. Why? Because they don't pay them for that. They pay them to sell the house. And in the back of the mind of the homeowner, they really do feel, and even though this is wrong, this is how they feel. You should be able to sell my house in whatever condition it's in. I'm paying you to sell my house. Just sell my house. And it really doesn't work that way. A house will sell better if it's in the right condition, but it's kind of this tough little area where the homeowner thinks that the realtor should be able to sell in any condition, and the realtor knows that the homeowner should put it in better condition, but they're not paid for their condition advice. Okay, so this is where you step in and solve that problem for the realtor. Okay, and even if they don't put the house in the right condition, you will also solve another problem for the realtor, because when a house doesn't sell and the house isn't in the right condition, and that's really the reason why, but the homeowner doesn't see it that way. They see it as the realtor stinks and they couldn't sell my house and it's their fault. Okay, you're going to help that conflict that the realtors have. They're going to be blamed a lot less. You're going to take some stress off their shoulders, because the homeowner is really going to know them because they paid for your advice. That they like, hey, I really didn't clean out the garage, and I really didn't prepare the pool right, and what if I had done that, would the house have sold? It's going to take the burden of blame off of the realtor. That's really a nice thing that you're doing for realtors. And then, of course, contractors, big time contractors, because contractors, most of them really can't afford advertising, and they're paying it. They're paying it to HomeAdvisor. Dual HomeAdvisor, but I should real quickly tell you about HomeAdvisor. What happens in HomeAdvisor, it's great for the homeowner. It's really, really terrible for the contractor. Contractors paying anywhere from $60 to hundreds of dollars for one lead, and HomeAdvisor will sell that lead to 50 to 100 contractors. And yes, all of them have to pay for that lead. It is very, very hard to get a refund for a lead. And so what happens is when the contractor calls that client, even if they only got it an hour ago, that client, that homeowner, has already gotten 20 phone calls or more from other contractors because HomeAdvisor went and sold that lead to as many people as they could to make as much money as they could. They don't actually care really about the homeowner or the contractor. They just want to make a ridiculous amount of money. So that homeowner's now bombarded with phone calls that they don't want. They just wanted a reasonable contractor that shows up and does good work to come and do what they need done. Okay. And then the contractor doesn't want to pay $60 for a client that they didn't even get. But that happens a lot, and that's really a shame. And there's a lot of lead generation sites that do that to contractors. So you will be such a breath of fresh air for a contractor. You really have no idea, because when you call them, they're actually going to get the client. That client's only talking to them. They're not dealing with a million phone calls. They're not frustrated. You're getting the idea. Feeling this particular position, job, business is amazing when it comes to helping people. It also will help bring communities together, because all these relationships that you make, you're going to eventually, after a period of time, have people calling you. Why? Because you know everybody. Hey, do you know a lawn guy? Yeah, I know 5 that are great. Where's your area? And you'll be able to help people just like that and make even more referral fees. And you weren't even on a consultation. That's really what this is going to turn into. You're going to turn into a community expert, because you're going to know so many people and you will have worked with and dealt with all kinds of people. Okay, so moving forward. Okay. I hate that I have to put this in here, but I really do have to put this in here because the amount of stuff that's on social media right now, there's nonstop with the no investment, make money. Okay, all of those are scams. I hate to break it to you, but they are. They're all scams. No investment, make money. Okay, it just doesn't work that way. Everything that you're going to do in your life, in your whole life, not just here, but everywhere, is going to take your time, money, and effort. It's going to take all of them. It just will. Everything that you do will. There is no push button $1 million machine where you're not going to put any time, money, or effort into it. It's going to hand you $1 million unless you win the lottery. But you still had to go buy the ticket. You still had to give it time, money, and effort to go buy the ticket. So even winning the lottery is still time, money, and effort. So just really, if you don't do this, guys, that's fine. I wish you well. But everything that you're looking at, because I know you're here because you're looking, okay? Just know everything. There is no such thing as something that doesn't take time, money, or effort. Okay, moving forward. All right. So we're going to show you how to do all of this stuff. So you don't need to worry about anything. So all these questions that you have, we're probably going to answer them for you as we keep going through. So stick with us. We're going to answer your questions probably through this video. If not, moving forward, we will. Okay, so we're going to teach you how to find homeowners with realtors, for sale by owners, so on and so forth. Okay, we're going to teach, we already told you, we're going to teach you how to get other people to bring you clients. All of these relationships that you make, all of these people will bring you clients. You don't need to worry about what to say. We're going to tell you literally exactly what to say. What to say to realtors, what to say to contractors, all of those things. Okay, we'll teach you obviously how to do the consultation and how to exactly team up with realtors. And that's actually a really sensitive way to do that. There's a lot of realtors have some egos, unfortunately. There's quite a few of them, but there's a way to talk to realtors, and you have to really talk to them in the way that they're going to understand that you're helpful. Okay, because sometimes they may see it the wrong way, and we tell you exactly how to do that, so they go, oh yeah, you're going to help me do this and you pay me for it? Yeah. And then they go, whoa. So they automatically will see you as a very big benefit to their business. Okay. And we also tell you how to team up with contractors, what to say on the phone to them, how many do you need for each different category of contractors, what to say to them, when to ask for a referral fee, all those things we teach you. Okay. And then we also talk about other services. If you want to add other services, you can. You don't have to. Okay. And we're also, there's even a part where we teach you how to help the homeowner make money during this whole process. So they're paying you and you're going to teach them how to make money. Okay. Here we go. So we talked about how it's a hybrid, but just to review it real quick. Okay. So you're going to learn it. You can learn this in a couple of days if you want to. Now the training site is very, very filled with information. So yes, you can learn in a couple of days, but it's good to take some time and go through it, because the more you learn, the better you will get at speaking and communication and learning how to do this, that it will feel natural to you. It won't feel, because whenever you learn something new, you feel a little uncomfortable, but the more knowledge you get, then the more comfortable you feel. So there's a lot in there. We teach you how to do it quick, but you can also take a little bit of time if you want to. But keep reading, keep watching, so on and so forth, okay? We'll teach you how to make money on the first week that you train. In other words, you just start going to make money. So in a job, you gotta wait 2 or 3 weeks to make money. Now, we can teach you how to make money right away. First week, you're making money, okay? We can teach you how to add services and make more money. Talked about that, and I'm gonna show you what those services are in just a few minutes. The referral fees, talked about. All you have to pay for is training. That's it. It's super crazy cheap. Advertising is free. You make your own schedules, and home preparation consultant is not regulated like a business. So you don't have to worry about any regulations. You don't have to worry about any of that yet. As of right now, this is brand new, so we're not regulated. So we don't have to deal with what other businesses do, what electricians have to deal with, and doctors, lawyers, all those regulations, those government regulations. You have none of them right now. So you do not need to worry about any of that. Okay? So let's talk about the money. Okay, so the consultation alone, okay, you're going to charge $199, okay, for that appointment. Now, you pay out the realtor, but then you also get a referral fee, so it's usually going to be more than $199, but as you can see, I put it right here. So if the 30 appointments a week, so if you run 30 of those a week, it would be $300,000 a year, okay? You want to run 10, it's $100,000 a year. 10, so that's like 10 hours a week or 30 hours a week. You pick. Okay, referral fees are $25 all the way up to $500. It all depends on the job. Okay, but just as an average, if you had one referral fee for each one of those appointments at only $25, that would be another $39,000 a year. Okay, if you added skills, and we're going to go into the training and show you the skills in just a minute. Okay, an average for an extra skill could be $150. Okay, and if you added one of those per each one of those 30 appointments, that would be another $234,000 a year. Yeah, you can easily make this. As you can see from these three, you're not going to probably have this at every appointment, but what if it's only half of this? Are you happy? At over $250,000 a year? Yeah, you are. Okay, if you're happy with $100,000 a year, probably. And that would just be the consultant. But anyway, so you have little to no expenses. I mentioned that you don't really have to have any tools unless you're going to add an extra skill. There's really no expenses, and there's no advertising expense, and there's no regulations, and none of that stuff. Okay, so think about it. Do those other professions make that a year? All those other things that we talk about? Not after all those expenses. They don't. No, they don't. All right, so we talked about a skill. A skill literally is a money machine. You learn your skill, and then you go do the skill over and over and over again. So being a home preparation consultant, you're going to learn the skill, and you're going to do it over and over and over again and collect $199, $199, $199. So when people go to school to learn their skill, that's what they're learning. They have a money machine, right? So they go learn their skill, and then they can charge for that skill over and over and over again. Okay? So let's talk about bonuses. Besides teaching you how to do the consultation and talking to everybody, we're also going to teach you about sales training. And a lot of people go, oh my God, sales training. Okay. I think people look at sales training in the wrong way. Sales training is really communication training. When you learn more about sales, it teaches you really just how to better communicate to people, how to understand people and what they're thinking, and how to talk to them about what you want to sell them. It's communication training. So whenever you see sales training from now on, don't let it give you anxiety, because that's not what it is. It talks about communication, okay? So follow up and thank you training. So follow up. A lot of your people that you're going to meet, if you're meeting like for sale by owners, they may say no, and then maybe because they just put their house in the market, so they think that it's already in perfect condition, even if it isn't. Okay, but you still want to get their contact information, because in 60 to 90 days, when that house doesn't sell, or 120 days, and you keep following up with them, they're going to go, oh, yeah, you know what? It's going to be a really good idea to pay for that consultant to find out why my house isn't selling. Because after a certain period of time, people want to know why their house isn't selling. I need to know. Okay? And following up will do that. That could be anywhere from 20% of your business to 60% of your business. It all really depends, on where you're getting your clients from. Following up is so important with this because that's going to happen. It's going to happen because people are going to think everything's just fine, and time goes by and then they realize that everything isn't just fine. Okay, so thank you training. Thank you training is a form of follow-up, but it's another way to get other people to bring you clients. And we go into that detail in training, and it's awesome. This is so powerful because nobody does this. I mean, in no profession do people do this, really, not to the extent that you will, or they'll be training you to. And this is a gold mine right here. Thank you training, because nobody does it, and it's going to bring you more clients. Okay, we talk about motivation. Nobody does that either, and that's really a shame, because in life, in business, everywhere, we all need to be motivated now and then. We all need inspiration now and then. We all need a little pick-me-up. We all need to kind of have a little quote or watch a little video or have some form of motivation to keep us going. You just kind of go, oh yeah, you know what? I was feeling a little down, but now I'm feeling good. I'm feeling pumped again. I'm feeling ready to go. We need that. We need it every day, honestly. We really, really do. It just helps keeping us on the right track, keeping us excited, keeping us inspired, keeping us moving instead of feeling, oh, like I don't feel like I want to do anything today. No. You want to stay motivated. You want to stay moving. You want to stay going. And that is what builds your money big time. The more you stay motivated. But anyway, obviously we're going to talk to you about networking, because networking is meeting new people. And the more new people you meet, the bigger your business gets. Okay. We're going to talk to you about digital marketing, because we have marketing agency as well. So in the training, and that's still ongoing, we will teach you some basics about digital marketing that you can do to get started for your business. Okay. So you don't have to worry about paying for marketing just yet in the beginning. If later on your business gets really big and you want to pay for some SEO, you can. But in the beginning, we're going to teach you basic digital marketing so you don't have to go pay somebody else to do it. Yeah. And we're going to teach you about public speaking. Oh, this is the next one. Sales training, public speaking. Good people go, oh my God, I can't do that. Yes, you can. We're going to teach you how to do a public speaking. It's not really public. It'll be in a real estate office for 3 minutes, a 3-minute speech to 30 realtors. And if you do this simple, easy, 3-minute speech that you could practice 1,000,000 times and get perfect, or screw up and it'll still work even if you screw it up. If you do that to 30 realtors, think about how many clients you get. If it was like you got half of them, 15 of them, and they all brought you 10 clients. Are you doing the math? Yeah. Public speaking could be really big for you. Very, very big. And of course, this is one of the bonuses later on. We're going to give away for your vacations, but you'll learn about that in training. That's just one little thing that we're saying thank you to all of our trainees for. Okay. And of course, ongoing support and much, much more. Okay. So we're about to show you inside. So I want you to focus. Okay. Pay attention. And we're just going to show you inside the site. Just going to go over it real quick. All right. So hold on. All right, guys. So you saw this part at the beginning. There's the video. And there's the application link. Okay. So once you register, okay, all of these things will open, okay, and you'll be able to do that. Now, what we've been working on recently, and we only have a couple little more details to make it ready to go, is this certification course. So that's included in training. It will not be included in training in the future, because this was such a labor of love. You have no idea. We thought we'd have it done in a couple weeks, and it's taken us like an entire month to do. So, and this was just the easier version of it. This will not be included, because what will happen is it's going to change and morph, and it's going to take us a lot more hours and a lot more money in the future. But in the meantime, we're trying to put it together right now to have it included in training for you guys, so that you can be a certified home preparation consultant. So when you talk to people, you tell them, I am certified. And that's, people, when they hear the word certification, they have put a whole different value on you. So that's why we're doing that for you and creating the certification course. And we just have like a couple more things left to do to put that together. But anyway, so when you register, okay, you have all this will open up. Okay, so we talked about that. That's a quick start here. And house research is, how to find your clients. House walkthroughs is examples, going through the house, videos of going through the house and what to look for, and what looks good and what doesn't look good, and what things should you tell them to do, so on and so forth. Sales training, we talked about that. And following up. Networking, public speaking. If you wanted to be a consultant and a contractor, that means you want to add skills. So you want to be a consultant and you want to do some extra skills because you want more money. Okay. Realtors, how to talk to realtors, how to team up with realtors, all that. Contractors, for sale by owners. We talked about thank you training and how this is a gold mine. Okay. And then here, this is huge. High-end houses. High-end houses is huge. If you combine this with one skill, okay, so doing consultations for high-end houses and one skill from here, it's easily $250,000 to $500,000 a year, easily for just a couple clients, not 30, like 10 to 20 a year. Pay attention. High-end houses, if this is something that you want to do, and it is a lot of work, but they are different clients. But if you feel that you can work with high-end clients and you combine it with one of these skills, it's $500,000 a year for just a handful of clients as compared to doing the $199 consultation all day long. And yes, and that's just one tiny little piece in this training that can teach you how to make $500,000 a year. High-end houses combined with one of these skills. And we talk about it in training. Okay, resources. We're putting this together so it could be a directory. Right now it's still in the construction. Contractors. But you really should find your own contractors, but we will list some here, but they may not be in your area because it's ongoing list. It keeps getting added to. I'm working on putting that into a directory. Okay. Websites and logos. We're going to talk to you about websites and logos. Why? Because we have a marketing company. This is not something that should be included here. This should absolutely be separate, and that could easily charge thousands and thousands of dollars for to teach people about websites and logos and SEO and all kinds of things. But we just put it right in here for you. Blog. This is ongoing. We're constantly adding the blogs and new information. We talked about motivation and why you need it. Being seen online is SEO. That search engine optimization has to go with your websites and logos, and we're just giving it to you easily. You could sell that for a lot of money, but we're just putting it on there because you know it's something that you're going to need as you doing this profession. Okay, these are all the documents that you're going to need for the consultation. Frequently asked questions, and then support. Okay, and here are some of the skills. Now we are constantly adding and updating this website every single week. So we'll always be changing, always be morphing into more information. Okay. So staging is one, cleaning, landscaping, pressure washing, organizing. Remodel is really going to be for a referral, but I discuss how you're going to do that. You're not really going to be a remodeler because that's a whole lot of certifications and education. You really should be like a contractor and so on and so forth to remodel. But this talks about getting referral fees for remodel jobs. Okay, painting, same thing. You probably need to be certified, but you could probably paint a room or two if you really wanted to. You got to check your area and see what's required. Okay, yard sale and web sale service. This is where you're going to teach the homeowner how to make money on the stuff as they clean up their house. Yes, yard sale, web sale service. Vacant and snowbird services. You may do a consultation on a vacant house or snowbird. Snowbird, if you don't know what that is, down here in Florida, that's a very common term. Okay, it basically means that someone is not in that house all year. So people in Florida come down in the winter, okay, and they're not here in the summer. So they would be called snowbirds because they're only here a certain part of the year, which then in turn makes it a vacant house. There are a ton of services that you can do for vacant properties, and you can have this as a whole second business or profession. Little tiny tasks that you do for vacant houses. And one of them has to do with insurance, because if you aren't keeping an eye on your house, and something happens to it, your insurance company will absolutely not cover the damage. So if they pay for a service, which would basically be you, this is just one of the couple things that you can do here, or many things you can do here for a vacant house. And you go there and take pictures of the house and they are dated and timed, then they have enough evidence for that insurance company to then, if there was a great amount of damage, that the insurance company will pay for it. Okay, and you can add that as one service right here. Okay, and we talk about how to do that in here. So that's just all your membership stuff, and that talks about us, and then this is the certification course. Okay, so hold on just a second. We're going to go. Okay, we're back. You focused. Moving on. Okay, so we have to put this in here along with the there's no magic $1 million money machine. And I hate that we have to do this all the time, for these little tiny things that seem like common sense, but they really aren't. And it just, we want to make sure you understand these things. So we can't guarantee your success. We're your trainers and we're your partners. We will help you and we will train you the whole time, answer all your questions, give you advice, help you do everything, but we can't go do the consultation for you. You have to go do that yourself. Okay, obviously. Okay, it's just the way it works. So we're here for train you and you'll be our partner, but we can't guarantee that you're going to make money if you don't actually go and do the consultation. Anyway, all right. So just really quick, wanted to just discuss this. We thought about doing this in a very different way. We thought about becoming a company and then hiring consultants and so on and so forth. There's a lot of little issues with that. We wanted to make sure that we were going to please the homeowners. And a lot of times you hire someone as a plea, they don't show up or they don't do a good job. And we felt this was going to be a customer service problem. And we also felt that we can only pay people $20 an hour because of all the expenses it is to have a company and to do that. And we don't feel that people will value this profession, which is such a great profession, at $20 an hour. We just didn't, and we also didn't feel like it was enough money. If you're going to sit there and spend all that time with the homeowner and do all that work and give them all that valuable information, $20 an hour is not enough. So if that case, if we were be a company, we would have made the relationships with the realtors and we would have made the relationships with contractors and all that other stuff and then just hire you to do the consultation. All we would be able to pay you was $20 an hour. So we didn't like any of that. There's so many problems with doing it that way. So many. The biggest one is it doesn't teach you anything. As a home preparation consultant, if we do that, you're not going to value what you do at all, honestly. It's just a regular job that you show up for and you eventually quit. You don't have any value on it. You don't see, that how you help people. You're not involved in their relationships. You don't have ownership over. If you have ownership over things, then you take better care of them. It's really, and I don't want to go too far in this because it'll bore you, but think about it. If you own something, you value it more. Okay. And if we hired you at $20 an hour, you weren't going to put any value on it. A lot of people wouldn't even show up and then the homeowners would be upset. And then we have to deal with that. All that stuff just doesn't seem like the right way to do this. Okay. And obviously it'd be digital expenses and labor and brick and mortar and overhead and all kinds of stuff. And we just didn't want to do that way. We wanted to do this because it's so powerful and so new and so interesting and so great how it helps so many people. We wanted to do this in a way that was going to benefit you more than us, really, because we know how to do all this already. And we really wanted to benefit other people, realtors, contractors, homeowners, and you in the best way possible. So we decided to do it this way. We would rather teach you what we know instead of hiring you for $20 an hour. Because if we teach you, then you will have more value. You'll put more value on it. You will get more out of it. You will feel better about it. All those things, okay? And you're going to make a lot more money if we teach you how versus us hiring you. You're going to make $200 an hour instead of $20 an hour. That's a big difference, okay? We know that if you make more money at something, you value it more, okay? We're going to teach you how to own your job so that you can take summers off or winters off or go on vacation whenever you want or make your own schedule. I'm going to teach you to understand the freedom of it. If you've never owned a business before, you understand that, well, some businesses, not all, that there's some freedom in it, okay? Ownership and the power of that ownership, okay? We wanted to be different. We didn't want to be a company and hire you for $20 an hour. It's just not worth it. We don't want ownership over you. That's the other thing. That's a headache. All of us are very experienced business owners. And we don't want ownership over you. We understand, yes, it gives us a lot of headaches, but also it doesn't teach you anything at all. It just doesn't benefit anybody all the way around. Okay. And we want to teach you how to be the boss. We want to teach you the things that we know and that we understand. So there's a saying in the Bible, it's teach a man to fish. If you teach a man to fish, he'll fish for a lifetime. If you give a man a fish, he's only going to eat for a day. So that $20 an hour, we hire you, you go to the consultation, you get 20 bucks, okay, you ate today. But if we teach you how to do all of it, then you're good for a lifetime. Okay, so now that you know what a home preparation consultant does, you know how big that market is. It's over 6.44 million houses just in the United States. Those are all your clients. It's a lot more than that because it's all the houses that are on the market, not all the houses that are for sale. Those are all your clients. Okay, you know the potential to income. Income could be $50,000 or $500,000. It all depends on what kind of clients you want to work with, how many hours you want to work, so on and so forth, whether or not you want to add extra skills, how many referral fees you want to get from contractors. Again, there's so many different ways that you can put this together, and we'll teach you all of them. And you can decide what one's going to be best for you, okay? You know that this is going to give you freedom. You know that you can work just 6 months out of the year and take vacation the rest of the time if you want to. It's going to be completely up to you. And you know how it will help communities, all those people that you're going to help, okay? And moving forward, the more relationships you make, people are just going to be calling you out of the blue going, hey, do you know a landscaper? It'll happen like you would not believe, okay? And you know why we're teaching it instead of hiring for $20 an hour. Okay, and you learned about some of the other options you have to make $100,000 a year: electrician, carpenter, lawyer, doctor, and what they have to go through, what they have to pay for school, what they have to pay for advertising, all that junk. Now that you've learned all of that and you're kind of understanding now how a home preparation consultant is a hybrid of a job and a business and is completely different as well. Okay, so now you know all that. Okay. What would you pay for that $199 an hour machine? So this just kind of talks about like what you're going to make if you do a certain amount of hours. And that's just, real simple. 40 hours is, 7,900 and 300 is 60, so on and so forth. So you see that a lot of people out there are teaching people things that are only teaching pieces of what they need. We're teaching you far more than what you're really going to use. In our training program, there's so much in there. A lot of stuff you may not use because you may not do extra skills. All kinds of things. We're giving you far more. And a lot of people out there are selling a teaching program or a certification course that's not going to be everything you need. They're not going to talk about digital marketing or adding extra skills or, understanding the value of an LLC or all those other little pieces that come into this. We're going to show you far more than what you're going to need and all the things that you're going to need. And they're charging far more than $10,000. We're not going to do any of that because you think it's all crazy, and they don't even give you everything that you actually need in your business. We will. And we're here to answer your questions along the way. We're not doing any of this. We're not those learn about real estate guys that you come to your free webinar or seminar and then you go to some $2,000 class and then they tell you that you need $20,000 in training. No, it's just, there's too much of that going on and not enough people helping people. And that's really what we want to do. We've owned businesses and we want to help people. We want to help people get work. We want to help people stay in business. And we're not going to do that by charging some insane amount of money. Okay, so no, and it's not even $1,000. No. And it should be, it's all those other professions to make $100,000 a year are charging you, what, $50,000 for school? We're not going to do any of that. It's nuts. Okay, so we're lucky that we've had some more volunteers. Now, we had them only until the end of June. We're going to lose one, but we're going to be able to keep 2. And then because this certification course is turning into quite a labor of love, we've had to convince 2 of them, please stay. And they've moved their vacations into September. So they're going to stay with us until July, but they do have other things going on in August. And what's great about having those volunteers, which are so thankful that we have them, is it keeps our costs down, because this is very brand new in 2019, and that helps us serve you, okay? And by doing that, we are able to do all of this and put all of this work together at a much lower cost, which then in turn helps you get started super, super cheap. So until the end of July, it was June, but since we got to convince them to stay, we were able to extend this to the end of July, and we needed that time to finish the certification course, which is almost done. A couple more pieces and it will be ready. A couple more days. Yay! So we were charging $399, and it's going to go up to that very soon, like August, because it's worth a lot more than that. It's really, honestly, all the little pieces that we're giving and all the extras that are involved, it's easily a $10,000 course, easily. But we don't want to do that. We want to actually help people, and people out there are not doing that. They're all in it for let's make millions of dollars. We were in it for how many people can we help? So yes, till the end of July, it's about $199. If you stay on air, I'm going to tell you exactly what to do next. So you're going to go to homepreptraining.org. Okay, click register and just pay them ridiculously low price of $190. That's it, seriously. And then ongoing support's just $34 a month, and that's because we need to pay people to answer all these emails that we're getting. So at $34 a month is nothing. It's like you went out to eat one night. Nice and simple. So I'm going to show you how exactly to register right now. Okay, so bear with me. All right, I think it's going to work here. So if you go on any of these, you click anything but the welcome, any training, resources, skills, anywhere. Like I'm on documents under resources. Where is it? Yeah, under resources. Documents. This will pop up where it says login, register. Okay, so you just click register. Okay, and then you just click select. Okay. All right. And then you just fill this part out. You pick a username and password, confirm the password, an email address, and confirm your email address. Okay. And then you're going to put your card number, expiration date, and security code. And you click I agree to terms of service. And you click submit and check out, and that's it. And then when you do that, then all of these will open up and you can start training. Okay. All of this will open up and you can read all through these. Okay. And then the certification course you can do after you've looked through some of these. All right. All right. So hold on one sec.